Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Zoe, but most people know me as 𝘼𝙢𝙗𝙖𝙨 Reptiles. And today we are going to put together an enclosure for one of my favorite invertebrates, and that is the giant millipede. Now, I don't know if I've talked about these guys too much on this channel, but I did work with giant millipedes when I was a zoo educator. And like most invertebrates, they absolutely freaked me out. I was terrified. But the minute I held one for the first time, I absolutely fell in love. This was where my love for millipedes started, and I couldn't wait for the day that I would be able to have one. So this was like my dream education invertebrate because they're so cool, but also something bigger allows for a crowd of people to be able to see it better. So, you know, I've brought like the hissing cockroaches to shows and whatnot, but it's really hard when you have a crowd of people and all you have is a little insect. So something big and beefy that a crowd can see is much better when it comes to doing a show and being able to show off an invertebrate and talking about how cool they are. I also want to give a huge shout out to Fork-Tongue Exotics for being a supporter of education and gifting us this millipede for our programs and being all about the kids and introducing kids to awesome animals like this. So huge thank you to them, and let's get into the video. Alright, so here's the supplies that I'm using. I have organic topsoil and rotting wood that's going to make up my substrate. The rotting wood I collected from the woods. I did bake it to sterilize it, sanitize it. You don't have to. There's a lot of discussion on whether or not you should. I did it just so I could use it right away. And then I have some moss that I also collected. And then the bin that I'm going to be keeping her in. So I am using a bin because it holds humidity better, and then I can do deeper substrate. I put ventilation holes along the sides. And I did buy a bag of leaf litter. You could collect leaf litter from the wild, but I was at a reptile expo and I like the ease of the convenience of already having a bag ready to go. So like I was saying with the ventilation holes, you do usually want some sort of screen to keep fungus gnats from being an issue, but I was too lazy to wait for a screen to come in. So I will probably end up redoing this bin here in the near future because I am overrun with fungus gnats in my house because I was being lazy. So learn from my mistakes. But anyway, I am combining the topsoil with rotting wood. It didn't end up as deep as I was hoping because I had less topsoil than I anticipated. So I did have to go out and get more to make it a deeper substrate. But then I'm topping it all off with a nice layer of leaf litter. I thought I would just use some of the leaves and then have some for other enclosures. But then I said, you know what? Let's just dump the whole thing in and give him a nice layer of leaves. So that's what I did. And then I mixed it all in, made it look very natural, keeping in mind that rotting wood is an essential part of a millipede's diet. So that is why there's so much rotting wood. I wanted to make sure I had plenty, and then a deep enough substrate so that they can dig, especially if they need to molt, they need to dig down into the dirt. And then I'm just adding in a nice little pop of color because just lots of brown was kind of boring. So some nice live plants just to liven up the space a little bit, make it feel a little more natural. And then I did buy this piece of cork from the Reptile Expo as well because I was thinking about maybe just making a nice little cave, a little hide, just a nice wooden layer that a millipede could hide underneath. So I dug it down, kind of made it like a little cave, and got that all set for her, and then covered the back end just so it kind of blended in, kind of like stuck out of the dirt. I thought it looked kind of cool, and she does use it a lot. So here is a final look at the setup, and then we're going to introduce Lady Gaga to her new home. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button because our basement renovations for the new reptile room, I can see the finish line. I'm about to go to Home Depot and get some more supplies so that I can continue to work down there. but we pretty much have everything we need to finish the basement. We just have to do it. So be sure to subscribe because that is almost done, and then we'll be moving everybody down there. I've got a ton of new enclosure upgrades and enclosure builds that are waiting to be done, new animals that will be joining us once that is all done. So be sure to hit that subscribe button because you aren't going to want to miss everything coming up. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you for the next video. Bye!